this lesson we're talking about everybody's least favorite topic, that is practice habits. So if you're practicing correctly, my guess is you hate it? I don't know. At least, definitely it sounds bad if you're practicing correctly. So let's jump in and find out. I've got a couple tips on how to help you practice better, but you don't have to memorize all of them. You just have to, there's gonna be a lot of them that you're like, oh yeah, I already do that, no problem. So just pay attention to the ones that you don't already do. First thing is, hopefully your piano is in like a nice high traffic area, a place where you go all the time. It's right next to your TV or it's next to your bed, it's easily accessible. You don't want it underneath your bed with a cover on top of it and a bunch of toys crammed in front of it, so it takes half an hour to take your piano out. So first thing is get your piano out there where it's just there all the time. You can sit down for a couple minutes or a minute or 30 seconds and just work on whatever your assignment is for that week. That's really going to be the key to getting consistent practice, and that's the first important part, is practicing consistently. Just a little bit, maybe not every day, maybe 3, 4, 5 times a week, getting in just, even if it's only 5 or 10 minutes of good, hard, focused practice. Just tell yourself, all right, I'm just going to sit down and I'm going to play this 4 times through, or I'm going to play it 3 times through. And then usually what ends up happening is you sit down and play it 2 or 3 times through. The next time you think, I could do that better, and you try to you mess up, and I could do it better. So you end up actually practicing a lot longer if you just tell yourself you're going to sit down for just a minute and practice. So practicing consistently. The other thing is practicing what I call your world plus one. That is the part of the song that you can do, whatever your assignment is, work on the part that you can do and then just one next little tiny piece. Don't try to do the whole thing. A lot of students I have will like try to read. I'll give them the piece of sheet music and they'll like try to read the whole thing all the way top to bottom. They come back the next week. Almost every single time, they can't play the song at all. There's none of the song they can play. They can kind of play the whole thing really, really lame. So what you want to do is just take the part that you can do. Maybe it's just the first note. Get the first note and practice that. And then just practice the first 2 notes. And then just get that till it sounds nice and smooth and perfect. Then the first 3 notes and just work on that. Don't try to go through the whole thing. Your world plus one. The other thing is making sure that you play it technically correctly. So that means that you're using the right fingering. If your teacher's showing you how to use fingering, that you're crossing over at the right times, and that you're not smashing your fingers in. Whatever it is your teacher's telling you to do, that you do it that way, even though it's going to make you go slower. What most people want to do is, if they've got like a C major scale they're practicing, they're supposed to play it like this, tucking their thumb under each time. What they want to do is just play, oh, well, this one time, I just want to hear the notes. And they'll play it the wrong way with the wrong fingering just that one time. The problem is the next time they come back, they do it the wrong way just that one time. And then just that one time. And just that one time. By the time they've seen their teacher the next time, they've done it the wrong way, like 50 this one times. And they haven't played it correctly yet. So you're going to end up having bad habits. Once you have bad habits, then it takes even more work, because then you got to like go back. It's harder than just learning it the first time through, because now you have to break your old habit and retrain yourself in the new way. So don't even do it. Just every single time, promise yourself, every single time I play the C major scale, even if it goes slowly, I'm going to tuck my thumb underneath and just do whatever it is that your teacher's telling you to do technically. The last couple things are, every time you practice, make sure you sing out loud, which is kind of embarrassing. Everybody says, oh, well, I'm singing it in my head, or I'm counting it in my head. Listen, you need to count out loud, and if you can, try to sing it. So if you're doing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star, instead of going, there, you need to actually count those things out loud and try to sing them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, or however it is you're counting. Try to actually sing the individual notes and do your counting out loud. That all will help you, and it'll make sure that you're, if you're doing your world plus one, just that one little thing that you can't do, that means you're always working on something with that next thing, right? So that means that all the time, your practice is going to sound bad, because you're only constantly doing things that you can't do yet. As soon as you get that next concept and you're like, yeah, sounds good, it's time to move on, right? And so now your practice sounds bad again, because we're adding in that next new concept. So make sure it sounds bad. Practicing consistently, doing your world plus one, making sure that everything's technically correct. You're singing out loud, you're counting out loud. You'll be awesome. Good luck.